less than a minute to go in the first half against a team that won 56 a season ago, or 57.
This is Griffin. He's got 2 in a row.
And that's a good sign for the Clippers.
Robertson to Telfair. Jones out there. Shot clock at 2. Telfair had it knocked away by Paul.
Finishes it right at the rim. Give the assist to Blake Griffin. It's 4-3. Lakers are down.
Eric did Jeremy Lin that time. Got himself in a whole lot of trouble.
Wow. Blake Griffin.
6. Griffin wants it. Pass was intended for Hawes. It is broken up. 2-on-2. Collison twisting and spinning. And there's a great defensive play by Paul. Wow.
Finishing around the rim. He really struggled with the length of the players.
But nice little controlled tap and guided home is Blake Griffin, who has 10.
So Redick is off to a good start. And it's not something the Warriors
Green. And again, excellent half-court defense by the Warriors. Paul does get into the lane and hits the floater. And he's got 13 points now.
And Chris Paul, All-NBA first team each for 3 years with the Clippers. Fires the jump shot and hits it. Matthews working on Crawford. Lopez.
He got a block by Chris Paul. He blocked a 7-foot center shot.
Praised before the ball game at our press conference, and he said, quite honestly, he said, we had David Robinson as a first pick. We got Tim Duncan with another first pick. And we were just trying not to mess it up.
We gained the lead.
And Ralph, they got the memo. They got the memo about playing.
The love, the jail.
I mean, they are pushing the ball at the site. And if you asked anybody, it goes to Blake.
CP3 for 3. Bingo! His 5th of the second half.
Their bench is a bit depleted now with 2 starters out tonight.
Going to the hoop, blocked by Paul, taken by Jordan.
They give him a little blow and get him back in.
Paul fires the 3.
Bingo! It spins in.
Clippers will take that within 11.
in the second period. It's been a good first half for the Clippers. I think can tighten some things up in the second half. Blake Griffin with another field goal.
Story because while Spoelstra and Riley were in Los Angeles. Oh, what a pass! But what a terrific dunk. Jordan from Paul.
Chris Paul. What free throws do for you? Yep. One step outside. He has a range there, but in terms of a makeable shot.
And Chris Paul steps into a 3. Timeout, Memphis.
Posted up on Kemba Walker. Yumbo comes to help, but there's no help for that.
That's good D by Kemba. You force him to take a tough fadeaway on the base.
LA Clippers. Now owned by Steve Ballmer. And Chris Paul gets by everybody and lays it in. Timeout. John Smith put it down, lost it. Chris Paul in transition. It's the screen from Griffin, gets to the paint, fires and fills it, and a foul.
No.
Why not?
I think as an athlete, you need to have a day of rest after you compete. There's been, as Redick lays it up, there's been several.
That as a compliment because his jump shot is so good and he makes it look so easy. You know, in his younger years, he had to attack the rim all the time because the jump shot wasn't it. Now he can pick his spots.
Paul, the wraparound to Griffin. Levine had it, loses the ball.
Oh!
Griffin slam dunk. Chris Paul will fire the 3 ball. Bingo!
Have you ever seen him shoot so well?
Chris decides to take his attack to the left side. Now he pulls the trigger. It's the result we would want. Chris Paul with 4 threes tonight. Oh, by the way, 16 points and 15 assists.
Redick back to CP3. Changes direction. Free pass to the basket and he gets fouled.
I remember Chris had 3 deep balls go in and out in the first half. One of them was a late shot clock.
With the Clippers, Miles is back in. He had 16 first half points. And Barnes with a great shot, but an even better pass by Paul.
No question. Underhand on both sides.
Three, no good.
Yeah, in that case, Rudez is the guy that had the quick early shot. And he'll learn. He's got to take that one.
And Paul
you
hits
can't
it.
foul him on that.
To release him from his deal for a first-round pick in 2015. Into the paint, Jordan turnaround, got it. It's going to be a tough cover all night.
It's not just a matter of going out and banging guys. There's ways to play physical that you don't commit fouls and that pay off for your team.
Again, John, nothing at the rim defensively. The Bucks did not get back, and it was an easy bet.
The love! And the tap control goes to the Clippers. Barnes, Paul, he'll tee it up for three. Bingo!
Supposed to be a shooter. That's his reputation coming from the EuroLeagues.
Paul down low to Griffin. He'll turn, shoot, and score.
Great rim run by Blake. It's his first 2 points since the first quarter.
Into JJ. And staying away by Chris Paul. One of the great defensive players at the point guard position in the NBA.
Was mine. Second round pick out of LSU. Got his first start the other night at Sacramento and said he was thrilled.
Bingo! Chris Paul thrills the crowd here.
He was thinking 2 for 1, so Chris probably going to look to shoot this really quickly.
Go to the hole, look off the defenders and score magnificently. What a basket.
Quick enough.
Man, oh man.
Power and finesse.
Griffin. And now Paul got the three. Hit the front of the rim.
Got to get it back, no doubt. Tries to stick with Chris Paul. Glass it good.
Chris Paul is so crafty.
By Jordan. Doc Rivers saying we get a lot of back taps.
Oh! Paul, yes! Oh, move by Chris Paul.
Not a common name.
Nice move by Paul. Chris Paul. With 14 of the second remaining in this third quarter. Clippers by only 4. Paul into the paint. The fallback shot will bounce in.
Gets him on the board. Maybe this will be the start of a little run by Chris.
Near the minutes that a bunch of guys that were smoking and drinking beer in the locker room.
They got better travel accommodations. That's
3 ball by Paul.
I mean, think about it.
I don't get it.
My first New Year's Eve.
Got a lot to get out of my system for the year end.
I guess so.
DeAndre and a bounce pass from Chris Paul.
And the bottom line for the Knicks, people say, why have they only won 5 games? They don't defend well enough.
In the shot clock, it's down to 5. Griffin will go to work. Back in, brings it out to Paul. He'll step into the 3-ball. Bingo!
Did you see Blake make that pass?
17-15. Atlanta on top. The lob inside of the jam.
That's the way you counter. The Hawthorne number 6 in the league in steals, so it's one of the ways they get it done on defense. And because of his height, they're all open threes.
Paul, the lob, the jam.
And he thought
do
twice.
this and they get it right.
He thought twice, should I throw this one as hard? He said to me at halftime, the first dunk I missed, Mike? I said, yeah. He said, tried to throw it too hard.
Comes over to help.
And all the while, they've whittled away the clock. Here comes a 3-ball.
Fire it. Get it. Bingo.
He's so good. I mean, that really saved the possession. 3 more threes for CP.
Paul finds Griffin. The open look. It's good. Griffin has hit 6 perimeter jumpers tonight, and the Clippers have tied the game.
LeBron coming to set a screen here. Deflected. Chased by Dellavedova and James. Barnes and 1, and Dellavedova.
69-64. Paul knocked it away from his former teammate. Look out below.
Griffin checks the clock with 5. Going up. Paul for 3. Bingo.
2 for 2 from deep.
Paul knocks it down from deep, and there's the law, folks.
Calling that and producing some points. But to get out in transition and not work so hard saves Chris Paul and gives guys some energy. And hello, DeAndre Jordan.
Led is 1 for 4. 10-point lead, matching the Clippers' biggest. And there he is again. That's a three for Spencer Hawes.
Another save by Jordan.
And I asked him after the game, I said, must have felt good to see it go through. And he said, absolutely, I needed that.
Paul. That felt good too.
There's some of that carryover.
Rebounding team they are. Hicks is blocked by Griffin. Chris Paul took it away. Paul comes out with it. Lobs it ahead. Oh, baby! David magnificent lead up Barnes for two.
CU.com.
And that's huge for this backcourt, because against Boston, the backcourt was 1 of 8. So they need Exum, they need Ingles.
Now, neither team has a foul so far here in the third. So the Pelicans trying to expand their biggest lead of the game. It's taken away, though. It'll be points off a turnover. They doubled and took it away.
That's a good, nice duck in by Hawes, but beautiful pass by Griffin.
Parker is out of sorts.
And they lead Paul right down the lane for the jam. That's twice in the last 2 minutes that's happened.
Yeah, first, absolutely.
About a half-second difference between game and shot clocks. Here's Paul with 3. Paul for 3. Buries it. Chris Paul with his second 3.
One-on-one with Jack. Now a switch. Paul has Bogdanovich. Shot clock down to 3. Down to 2. Jab step and a jumper. It goes. A 3 for Chris Paul.
Has a habit of making big shots.
Here's LeBron. Paul on the run. It's a 3-on-1. Griffin with the finish.
See, this is what I'm talking about, the jump shot. How about the look away right here by Chris Paul? And there's no way that J.R. Smith was getting in this poster right here.
So this Toronto team has been up and down the last month and a half, but it's been one of their better stretches as Chris Paul finally gives the Clippers a three-pointer here.
Waiters, Ibaka, Mitch McGarry, Andre Robertson, and Reggie Jackson out there for OKC. Nice steal from Paul. Throws it ahead to Rivers. Jackson in pursuit, and Rivers throws it down.
38. And then the Mavs have gone to the well numerous times since and come up dry. And then Paul leans in on Villanueva and pokes it away. And Chris Paul shovels up ahead to Rivers. 12-0 run.
On to North Carolina to play my college career. Things worked out nonetheless, but certainly we lost a pioneer and the Mavericks just gave up.
Can't hit. Smith couldn't hold on. Paul getting back, helping deflect it. J.J. Redick in stride. Nails the three-pointer. Only their second 3.
You got to make him put it on the floor. Exactly what they did right there.
Parker with the teardrop. He thought he was fouled. Here's Redick ahead of the field and lays it home.
At Atlanta. Well, what's the underlining factor there? They all played under or coached under us. DeAndre Jordan is just putting on the show here to close out this third quarter.
A skilled center.
Paul, just great move for freedom.
That was a little payback to a couple of the plays that McCallum made. That was just a step inside.
4-4 ball game. Paul in the wing against Green.
Green's got length.
Pick, roll.
Slammed up. I like that one. DJ didn't mess around with that. Sage, I think he's the best wing defender in the game.
Crawford, bad decision. Here comes Kalathis. He had 4 steals last night.
Oh!
Blocked by Paul!
And he maintained it.
Chris Paul off up top and one. Poster time for DeAndre Jordan. And there have been a lot of those moments this year.
The native had to buy 40 tickets tonight. And a beautiful pass.
Paul, tough stop against Kalathis and the make.
0 for 5 from the field. Here comes Paul. Chris Paul nails it.
That's a beautiful move in transition by Chris Paul. That's 1-on-4, and he lulls him to sleep. 1-on-4, 1-on-5. Puts it behind his back, creates the airspace, knocks down the jump shot.
Paul burning some clock, gets the screen from Jordan. Shot clock down to 4. Paul over KG, buries it.
Cold-blooded. Great defense by Kevin Garnett. He is staying with Chris Paul. Head fake for head fake, jab step for jab step. And I mean, he was all over that.
Paul
working a follow. Here comes the screen from Jordan. Paul, you bet. Tied at 93.
The number of attempts that keeps going up and up. It's amazing.
Paul finds Big Baby, and Davis puts it in. Paul still limping. Chris Paul.
The love, the jam.
I cannot believe Minnesota did not see it coming.
Because we sure saw it coming.
And they've tried to run the play 3 times.
Ball off the screen. Jordan wasn't there for the lob, so Chris Paul says, I'll do it myself. Let's check in courtside with Heather.
Where I'm trying to draw that offensive foul.
A note on Chris Paul, who leads the NBA in assists this year as he just hit a three-pointer. Paul, if he can maintain that league lead in assists per game.
Pushed by the Rockets, still a chance to get within 1 or tie for LA. Paul ties the game at 96.
Run for the Clippers. Kid Gilchrist out front, guarded by Chris Paul. Knocked away. On air, there's the steal by Paul.
Got Blake running on a trailer, too.
Warming up, no doubt about it.
Yep, 4 of 10 now, and Rudy Gay, and now they got to stop Chris Paul, and that's not going to be easy, Jerry.
It never has been, has it? I mean, it's darn near impossible, actually.
18 points, 10 assists for Chris Paul through 3 quarters. Add 2 more.
See how he gave it a little extra there? Like he knew his body was drifting and falling away, so on his follow through he kind of held it just a little bit more. Watch what I'm talking about. He's falling completely away and he knows. Watch his right hand. See how he gave it a little extra motion forward. Got it to
Make him make a play.
Paul, contact, it'll count. +1. Chris Paul taking over the Clippers. To the New Orleans trade of Chris Paul to the Clippers back in 2000. Back tap beautifully controlled by DeAndre Jordan. Feed inside the Blake, rather to Chris Paul. He scores and gets fouled.
What a pass by Barnes. And then if you want a clinic on how to use your body against a big guy, ball comes out, missed shot. DJ's going to tip it out to Barnes. Barnes got his eyes. Where's Chris Paul? He's gone in there. And he waits for Davis to get contact, cutting from 3.
Paul always with his head up. There it is again. You got to be right in front of him. You see, Armisen never saw him.
Unsuccessful at the strike. Paul, another healthy 3, and he connects. He's good, Malik. He's 4 for 4. He's got 12 points and 4 assists here in the first quarter. Been all over Hollis Thompson. Griffin, equally good defense on Ba'amute. Chris Paul looking for the contact. He did get the bucket.
Want to go right! Want to go right!
Paul beats the shot clock with the 3.
In the front court. Cross-court pass knocked down by Iguodala. Redick will redirect, and Paul will fire a 3. Chris Paul shooting 39% on the year from 3.
Chris Paul kind of starting to take over this ball game. Spins to the middle, flips it up and in again. And then turns and yells at Tony Brothers, wanting the and 1.
With the rebound. Finds out playing San Antonio tonight, Clippers tonight, 250 win team, that can't play and set half screens, go half speed.
Lakers are actually out rebounding the Clippers. Lakers have been out rebounded by the last 3 opponents. Oh, good pass by Paul. Left hand, no look to Jordan. He throws it down.
He was counting on DeAndre to get back to his own man, but getting back to his game and the rounding out of his game, he's just so much more impactful. Chris Paul scoops it up. He knew he was going to get fouled. He's laughing. With one hand, he puts it up because he felt that he was grabbed from behind. Now he'll get the opportunity.
3. Working with it. Keeps that dribble alive so well. Goes to Blake Griffin. The little finger roll is very nice. And now the Clippers are on top 15-14. So I was going to do a reverse jam, but just couldn't quite corral it. For Reed. Green darts to the goal, knocked away by Paul. Here's Jordan behind the back. He might slam dunk.
He wants the ball delivered. There's a Griffin shot from outside. It's picked back up by Chris Paul. 1-3. Hook it.
Man.
Nice shot by Chris Paul. Joseph will defend Paul. Great pass. What a pass. Oh, and he dropped the sledgehammer. But the pass by Paul was perfect.
Here's the pass by Chris Paul and Aaron Baines. Click, click. Welcome to your Kodak moment, my friend. I mean, what a dime here by Chris Paul, but it's all about Blake Griffin. They've seen just about every type of situation. They know how to answer the bell.
Paul holding the ball a long time, but got it to go with a three. Chris Paul makes it a three-point game.
Charlotte was not a good stop for him. Until here in San Antonio with his buddy Tony Parker. Paul rattles into three, and the Clippers certainly needed that one.
And then Chris Paul, find a way to lead your team. Get it going offensively. Bellinelli late on the contest. There's a price to pay. CP3.
Nearly knocked away. Still 5 to shoot. Paul on the drive. Throws it up and in. Tough shot from Paul. Didn't have a lot of options there.
On a tough competitor. It's over 3 contested hands.
The doorstep, another rebound by DeAndre Jordan, who grabs onto his 13th. Oh, stutter step. Paul, what a move! Chris Paul just broke his ankles with that move on the defense.
Put him in the cooker. Little stutter step, freeze move. Danny Green, welcome to your Kodak moment, my friend.
For San Antonio, Paul picked up by the taller Splitter. This to break the tie, and it does, and Paul has found his stroke here in the third with 10.
Rivers, I'm in the right position here going into this fourth quarter.
Spurs are fouled against Paul. Hits again. Chris Paul has found it in the third. Near the rebound, and they do. Here comes the hobbling Chris Paul with a long three. Got it! He got it! At the buzzer! Which they will review on one leg.
Body, he's trying to will this shot in. Takes a stop back and just knocks it down.
Game 7, 1-point game. The winner will move on to the second round on TNT. Green on Paul. Second left. Clippers by 2.
Welcome back to LA, where Chris Paul says, this is my house. If you're a San Antonio fan, what 2 better defenders could you have than Green and Duncan? Right there, the presence of mind to gather his step. You see he's limping. He's hurt. He can't even explode off of that leg, but he does. Wheels the ball in. Chris Paul knocking it down. 1 point. 0 seconds left on the clock.
They need all the other guys to come along here and play with a little bit of that desperation. Paul, left 3, hits a 3. Chris Paul, his first 3 of game 3.
Has shown it. Josh Smith has shown it. Here's Paul, picked up by Jones. Long reach, and he got the 3. He was knocked to the deck. There was no call.
You're not going to get back in this ball game playing one-on-one versus the Clippers.
Paul!
Oh, no. This is unbelievable.
Hammer thrown by DeAndre Jordan.
Yes, look at this. This is a one-handed alley-oop to DeAndre Jordan. I mean, look how high the ball is. A lot of mental focus for 40 minutes to win on the road. The team obviously has the home fan. Nice move and pass there by Chris Paul and the Hawks.
Paul on the move over Terry. Got knocked down and knocked it down. And Jason said to Scott Foster, called the foul. Don't fall for that. And Scott just explained to him pretty clearly. Nope, you hit him. It's an incredible 34-point swing in this one. Paul finally knocks one down, and that will do it.
Both teams in the penalty. Clippers only have the timeout. There's another turnover. Paul and Griffin. Back to Griffin. Throws it down. 8-point game. Keep track of it. The switch, a big is on Paul. The three, bingo!
Chris Paul hoists the three in time, and now you got to be kidding me.
Shot clock is at 1. Paul. He hit that from Kankakee.
There, that ball's taken away. Paul all by himself.
He's thinking about dunking it. He did.
That's a mini dunk.
That's a dunk.
That's a mini dunk.
That's a Chris Paul dunk.
That's a mini dunk.
Gortat is 2 points and 2 rebounds away from another double-double. What a move by CP3, and he scored with the foul.
Here in this quarter.
There's a takeaway by Paul. Clippers running out. 3-on-1. This might be fun. The lob, the jam. It was fun.
Yeah, and Chris disguised it beautifully.
Kind of an atmosphere. Here is Mbamute, not a Chris Paul behind the back. Trailing is Wesley Johnson. You can't let the Clippers get out and run it. It's not like it.
What a move.
What was that?
A basket.
By an all-star. Kind of a running jump shot.
Every time.
Collison has 7, along with 2 assists. Chris Paul, 9 points, 1 assist. Looks like the ball has a string on his hand, doesn't it? It's amazing.
Boy, that would better be known as a yo-yo. I'm not. Right here, that is called having someone on skates. He is a dance instructor, ladies and gentlemen.
Paul turns the lob, the jam. It's one or it's the other, folks. Pick your poison. Another double-double.
Going to try and take things over.
And he beats the buzzer with that shot. Off to the fourth. Here.
Next got 14 points.
Pierce with 11 off the bench for the Clippers, who are hot from 3. Lob for Jordan.
And Tony Allen really is viewed as kind of like the guy in terms of leadership and what other guys take their cue from. He really sets a tone for how this team is supposed to play.
Well, when you lose 2,
win games despite having all of those injuries that you've talked about. But Mike Conley told me he's proud as hell to be part of this team because they just know it.
Seconds of the first half. Paul slithers one inside, and it was in mid-stride where DeAndre Jordan drops the hammer.
7 assists.
Griffin to the hole, double clutch and score it, and they got fouled. Farmar is playing in Maccabi Tel Aviv, and they brought him back. Clippers get the steal. CP3 gets the layup.
Ralph, when I looked at the game notes today.
Paul against Matthews. The bounce to Griffin. He'll get fouled and count.
How about his numbers right now, Ralph?
DeAndre darts to the goal, couldn't get the lob. Griffin to the basket for 2 more.
Well, the explosiveness is back.
DeAndre Jordan is 8th of the ball game. Paul flying down the lane, all the way to the hole. Everybody thought it was going to go to Griffin, except CP3.
Kobe Bryant. If he plays a couple more years, why not?
JJ gets the look. Bingo!
I think Doc says the same thing. We got this.
As if he's married in Miss Puerto Rico. Chris Paul let it fly, not the ground.
That was vintage Chris. And a little smile from.
Beautiful lead, bounce pass, pretty play from Paul to Mbamute.
That's where Luke can be so effective. Because
Jordan's not going to shoot there. Can leave him open all day long, and he won't take it. Chris Paul knocked to the ground, and down it goes.
That was just a nice shot because Mbamute did everything right except having missed a shot.
And then the hammer job by DeAndre Jordan. Played 22 minutes last night. Should play more this evening. Chris Paul down the middle goes. The leader in dunks in the NBA, DeAndre Jordan. So we're 3 minutes in, and the Lakers are down by 1 as Chris Paul spins away and scores yet again. Boy,
20-2. Looked like a laugher. Beautiful move to freedom. Paul.
You know, there were some.
Pick, roll, slammed up.
Clippers were 1 for their previous 8.
figured let's not shoot a jump shot of team one year. I mean, you
2-on-1
with their youth, they'd have a chance to be decent defensively, but they are not decent.
Man, they are awful. Again, the presence of DeAndre Jordan. Tipped into the front court nicely by Paul. Darts to the free throw line and scores.
Pretty good start, right? Put into a guy and kick it back. Chris is just going to have to shoot it. Great move.
He gets 3 for 3. Bingo! The switch.
Watch Gortat's hands.
Steps back.
Great separation.
Lee has 15. Ball quickly into the front court. Beautiful lead bounce pass to Wes Johnson for an easy 2.
Wasn't Doc before the game and the doctor talking about how many times they responded? 6'5". Chris going to try and get around him or shoot over him.
Got the pick. That's all they needed.
I love how Chris, when he stops, Ralph, stops in this one spot.
Griffin has it. Behind the back to Paul. He'll drive into the corner. JJ for 3. Bingo!
See, that's a lot of pressure. Forcing three-pointer.
Paul. The lob.
The jam! Like the pass went to one level. There were a couple Washington hands went to the next level. His own there, that's not his forte.
Chris has a screen from DeAndre Jordan. I think he liked the rest.
Haven't been a lot of stoppages either.
CP3 finds DeAndre for the easy one.
Paul just has the ball pretty much at all times for the Clippers, doesn't he? I mean, if it's not a pass to Redick or lobbing it to Jordan, he pretty much is just dribbling around waiting to find. Great pass by Ricky to see that, though.
How about Chris Paul just keeping it alive until something develops and he's able to find Jeff Green? That's the 14th assist of the game for Chris Paul.
Open player. He draws the player and then he finds the open guy. So simple, right there, exactly right. And often and how that translates to the rest of the game.
Andrew, a big 32-point night. 17 of them came from the free throw line against the Phoenix Suns.
On Sports View to figure out how far J.J. Redick runs. And look at the pass by Chris Paul. My goodness. Again, in transition, those little probes that he does with.
A number of coaches are going to get votes this year. He'll certainly be among them. Beautiful move to the goal against a little bitty guy.
CP having his way. 7 assists and 6 points.
Paul the push, the lead to Wes Johnson.
I kind of like what Doc's doing right here. He's letting Chris and DJ finish.
Arthur posted up on Paul to the hole. Blocked by Jordan. Recovered by Redick. The lead to DeAndre. A slam dunk.
Like that. Why he called the timeout.
Deflected by Green. Recovered by Paul Pierce. Chris Paul drives and scores. That's a pretty good timeout. Deservedly so. The lob down low in the jam. Set up in the timeout by Doc Rivers. The rebound. Chris Paul for the lead. Bingo! The lob. The jam. This is hit a foul DeAndre. Not sure why they didn't. 88.
38 player technical foul. Most in the league. Paul the lob and Jordan with his back to the rim.
Here goes. I'm going to knock this down.
It'll be DeAndre Jordan. And he's going to the line for the three-point play. That was too simple. And it
created that just on the history of this game.
Jordan on the lob. It's down now to 9. That was too simple. Off the highest screen. And surprise him. And now Paul stopping on a dime, and Rivers going to get the easy one. Bad sequence for the Pels with 5:35 to play. And can he keep it? No. Chris Paul comes up with it. Paul on the run. Chris Paul in transition.
This doesn't go well. Yeah, Chris Paul trying to cross over. Jermichael just don't bite on any pump fakes. That's Chris Paul, and there's a timeout. Clippers within 3. Clippers. Paul with 4 here in the 4th.
Leonard now trying to guard Chris Paul. He's gotten off to a great start tonight. Paul, a little step back over Timmy.
Again.
5 5 boards for Jordan to go with his half dozen points. Paul in the paint, and it falls.
He's got so much junk in his game, it's endless.
So without Matt Bonner and Simmons tonight, they're the inactive players. Paul knocks this one down.
All right, you see now he's forced to just keep his hands up.
Love picks him up on the switch. Chris Paul, nice feed. That's fun to watch.
Timed it like the bottom line. The bottom line was, he said, my brother is still my main man.
Wasn't that nice?
No, yeah, you love that. All right.
Playing out of his world right now. He's got 15 in a row. 49 straight for Durant. As Paul gets the block, Cantor took a shot to the face.
Morrow in the corner. His mystery shots, but he's a knockdown shooter also.
Paul flips it to Aldridge, who scores again.
Screen, Griffin opens up a 3 for Paul. Chris Paul with a big-time triple. What a stroke. Paul's got 20.
Just shows you how gifted he is at the offensive end.
Good fake by Paul. Wow. What a fake by Paul.
It does not matter what they do during the regular season. I've seen this before with the Clippers. They play well.
Clippers 10 turnovers in the game. Rivers for 3. Bingo!
Nobody finds the hot hand better than Chris Paul.
81-64. CP3 finds Austin, who finds net.
It's a game, so you're talking about a very capable backcourt.
Paul to the baseline by himself. Wide open jumper. That's money in the bank.
That's what rim protection's all about.
Man, oh man. Paul finds Blake Griffin, slam dunk. The Clippers are cruising now, folks. 3 seconds. 2. Not gonna. Oh, he does get it off just barely. Oh, bingo!
He's done
that. A prayer answered for Chris Paul.
He's done that 4 times.
Westbrook. Broken up steal by Paul.
Better hurry.
Ahead to Griffin.
You better hurry.
Crawford will drive and lay it in.
Clippers starting a 2-game road trip. They'll be in San Antonio tomorrow night. Bullet pass. And Blake Griffin gives the Clippers their first lead of the game at 4-3.
Ball knocked away. Here comes CP3. Carter is back. All the way to the hole. And a foul is going to be called.
A beautiful steal, by the way. He had 6 steals the other night. Leads the league in steals. Yet just his foot clips the knee of Carter.
He's got 3 points. He got 1 basket. And that was that early 3. That bucket should
scores and gets fouled. The foul is going to be in the big man, Dedmon. Chris Paul just kind of throwing up the prayer. And Chris Paul will go to the free throw line, having just gotten his first bucket of the game.
Great call by Ed Malloy. Chris just called him away. Says, I got this guy. Big
shot
hoop.
Basket.
Big hoop, Ralph. They were 3 for 13 in the quarter.
And DeAndre Jordan right there to greet him and change him.
He absolutely protected the rim. That's a 2-for-1 take by C.
Bingo, Chris Paul.
Who came in tonight only 9 for 28. That's about 32.
Drummond backing down. There's Paul. He just is amazing. By himself for 3. Bingo.
All 4 tonight. Redick 3 for 3. See.
Looks inside for DeAndre. DeAndre, oh, he flashed wide open, but Clippers could not get it to him. Paul freezes Plumlee, fires and scores.
Griffin. Here's Paul outside, a triple, knocks it down. So Paul on the trail drills a 3. And of course this team is on a mission because Paul has never...
DeAndre for the stop. The right stuff indeed. Clippers lead 106-104. Unhappy second block of the ball game for DJ. Chris Paul for 3. Bingo!
I told you.
How well is he shooting?
I told you JJ was 12 for 20. Chris is now 13 of his.
They close out on him.
Jefferson's got really long arms.
Shoots the 3. Bingo! Not long enough.
He's shooting it so well.
Today, Kilpatrick. Would he stop by your house, did he, or what? I mean, how'd you recognize him? Well, Griffin inside. He has 9. Paul straight away for 3. Bingo!
He wasn't making that shot last year. He couldn't see the basket well enough.
18 go.
That three-pointer by Chris Paul, another $50 donated to Children's Hospital Los Angeles as a part of the CHLA three-point play.
Out there in front of us, Ralph, in the press conference saying we know they're going to try and get Redick off to a good start. I mean,
there's a steal by Chris Paul, the NBA steals leaders. Another three by JJ.
Let's see how he reacts down at this end.
Chris Paul without a field goal.
What a pass. What a pass. Unit's going to rely on Butler to score and to create.
Pass broken up by Chris Paul and saved by CP3. NBA steals leader. Blake Griffin all the way to the basket. Lay it in and get fouled. Through the paint. Behind the pick for two. It's a one-point game, folks.
Uzi in a low-scoring battle.
Paul turns the corner to the elbow. That's his favorite spot in the building. 16-15, Raptors by one. His 15th rebound. Paul all the way to goal. Got bumped hard, put it up and in. Well, Chris Paul says this game's over.
Pretty much. In this one, he just took a little burst of speed. And look at how he stopped after the contact.
It happened to a couple of guys like that, but this guy's been able to do it so far.
Yeah, I think I expected more of a Trevor Ariza kind of a situation here. I mean, it's not easy as Redick gets the easy score. Broken up, stolen by Paul. What a play by Chris Paul. Griffin with options, slam dunk.
If Detroit put any pressure on, they could have made it difficult right there.
Paul to Griffin, open jump shot, basket. So the buckets belong to the Pacers. The free throws belong to the Clippers. There's a steal. Here comes Moody by himself for two. He'll drive. Step back to the three-point line. Here's J.J. Redick. Paul, three. That's one fly by for the tie. Bingo! 1.8 seconds to go. The game is tied.
Well, give him credit because he doesn't panic at all. Doesn't move his feet, doesn't flinch. I mean, who cares about the magnitude of the moment? Gives it to JJ. JJ with a great fake and then the pump fake. And look at that. That's like a practice three ball. And look at the bench react. Yeah.
You've been anybody's conversation with the all-time great. Paul hunting for his first goal. Has it.
And that's right in that range I was talking about.
Turns into trouble.
Got away with a travel.
Then the shot clock. Long three by Paul. Bingo! Chris Paul throws down the long three. Pointed by Chris Paul a moment ago. Another $50 donated to Children's Hospital Los Angeles as a part of the CHLA three-point play. Irving will be at the line to shoot two. He's made his only two. Loses the basketball running into traffic. Rivers ahead of the pack. Lay it in. Running the court. Austin Rivers makes it a two-point game again. Paul through the paint. Finds Luke in the right corner for two.
And you know what? That's not a shot he practices.
Wake Forest versus Wake Forest. Around the pick. In his sweet spot. Will guard Paul. Spate's about to enter. Down to three. Long three ball. Bingo! Chris Paul going Steph Curry on him.
Well, not when you shoot at 56.5%.
Chris Paul with that mid-range. He's got
4 threes. He then got propelled into the starting lineup with their injuries.
Paul to Jordan for the jam.
Now, hey, that is what Clipper basketball is all about. Or magnified.
Goes down all by himself.
Now, Chris, you have to make that shot, right? Thank you.
Here's Paul. Through the middle, into the corner, finds the shooter. Crawford finds the net. Paul against the big man again. He'll shoot the three ball. Bingo. And Lenny Adams. They lead the Blazers 75-70.
With a guy like Payton.
Well, it's a footer too shorter.
It makes a difference.
Redick straight away. Long three ball. Bingo.
Doesn't make a difference to him.
No, it does not.
3 more seconds.
2-for-1 opportunity here. Chris Paul for three. Bingo. He's been on fire from deep as well. That's a not even close note. Paul hanging and scoring.
Right back to 16, Ralph.
Pretty good answer by the Clippers.
Absolutely.
2-for-1 opportunity for Paul. He'll shoot the 3 ball. Bingo.
He needed it too. He was 0 for 3 from deep before that one.
Yeah.
Well, 2 bad possessions by the Clippers led to 3 great possessions by Washington.
Paul, stutter step, jump shot, basket. Chris has shot much better at home this year than he has on the road. Kind of like that.
That's his spot too.
Paul has it a distance against Fareed. 5 in a shot clock, creases his man and swishes the nets. Switch with the big man on him. The pick comes from Jordan. The pick and the roll's not there. The 3 ball is bingo.
For what it's worth, folks, I watched CP warm up. Just great rotation by Chris Paul tonight.
For 22 coming in, there's a steal.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what an unbelievable steal. The steal of the year by Chris Paul. Johnson for 3. Clippers on a 13-4 run. There's a steal by...
shoot this.
You got Davis on him. It goes up from the corner for 3. Bingo. 13 foul shooting.
They're shooting a terrible percentage too. From the field.
Paul for 3. Bingo.
And he made a little reaction like... You got a lot of weapons out there with Rivers playing the way he is. Crawford always a threat. And of course CP kicking it back.
Spates for 3. Bingo. Mo Spates.
Of course here's this kickback when Mo hits this 3. Clippers have made 11.
Collison. Cousins. He'll drive. Inside for Gay. Bad pass broken up by Paul. He'll get fouled.
Why?
The Sacramento Kings.
Why does Cousins pass this ball? He's driving to the hoop on Raymond Felton.
Yeah, on a Paul around Spates.
I'd probably pick you.
Good choice. Paul will fire for 3. Bingo. Chris Paul.
5 minutes without a field goal for Miami will also get a coach upset. CP for 3.
Tracked down by Chris Paul.
Oh, what a pass.
He has made some unbelievable passes in this game. Paul.
DJ kind of sneaking behind, wants a lob.
Got a big man on him, shoots over him, scores it.
See, Chris Paul had other ideas. Done by the starting backcourt.
Vucevic taken away by Chris Paul. He's on the run, Green is back between his legs. The bounce goes to Redick. Jay didn't know how open he was. Turns and scores.
Himself, it puts the defense at a disadvantage. Randall does the same thing for the Lakers.
Ball to the free throw line. Says, you may have forgotten about me. Shot clock's down to 10. Here comes the pick from Jordan. The lob, the jam.
That was too easy.
If you're Sabonis, you got to recognize not only do you have Mute on you, but you got DeAndre Jordan coming over for the help. And
stay 3 years they go, and it's before they graduate. Absolutely. Yeah. Trying to go inside. Westbrook throws it away. Westbrook, by the way, does not have an assist yet in the game. Spates.
Ginobili. Around Aldridge. Down low to DeAndre for the slam dunk.
Now nobody has made that play for DJ in about a month and a half. Great read by CP.
Well, the Clippers this year, he's played 36 games. Beautiful job by Chris Paul. Ahead to Blake. He'll drive. He'll lay it in. Kaminsky's going to be hard to get out of the starting lineup. The bottom monster jam by DeAndre Jordan. Just amazing.
CP making that play happen. And DJ rocking the rim. Only Blake and Antetokounmpo are guys taller than 6'9", averaging more than 5 assists a night.
Chris Paul for 3. Bingo! Timely.
Great recognition because Harden is a non-defender.
A steal by Chris Paul.
And he's asking for guys to spread out.
The lob, the tap, the tip.
And Blake apologizes to Chris. I blew your assist.
Paul has it against Beverly. Shoots over the little guard and scores.
Ball for 2.
Griffin on the move.
reversed to Paul for three. Bingo.
No hesitation either.
Paul with 5 on the shot clock. He'll fire over Middleton. Bingo. Timely three ball by CP3. It's a single-digit game.
Wade to Felicio, right through his hands to Paul. The pass a little bit hot.
Yeah, too hard.
And Jordan spikes it home for the Clippers. Western Conference. Paul dancing with it.
See, he got the switch that he wanted, but unfortunately, he could not get Jordan down inside.
Soft touch by Chris Paul nonetheless.
Yeah.
Walks it ahead with 5 seconds to go. All the way to the goal. Got a layup and a foul. I'll win it by myself. And
Not
so
to
far,
be denied.
He may have to.
Yeah, he went through 4 Celtics on that little exchange. And then Zeller hit him right on the head. He stayed with it, found the rim.
Paul comes up with a rebound. He'll stop for a three ball. Bingo! Man of the moment, Chris Paul at 21. Here by 6, 66-60. Here comes Paul. Chris, the bounce to DeAndre, a beautiful little bounce pass, and DJ picked it up and flushed it. Gets it ahead to Blake Griffin. Back to Paul with 2, with 1 from midcourt for 3. Big shot, bingo! How about that?
So much good going on with Chris Paul in the post and Blake Curlin that the addition of Spates right now, they might catch him napping.
Jump shot in the basket. Ray Jordan. Back to Chris Paul. Shoots in the circle, makes the basket.
DJ, 1 dribble, power up.
Chris Paul, beautiful move down the lane. DeAndre Jordan got a nice, soft, favorable bounce. Been figured out factually.
Absolutely.
Their opponents won like 55% of their games. Paul on a tear to the hole for 2+1.
You just saw him at his best, folks.
What a period for Chris Paul.
Against Philadelphia when he had 11 in about 9 minutes. But look at this, gets into the shot blocker Withy. Really the best skill that Jeff Withy possesses, that he blocks shots. He gets him to change his feet, then he gets body into him, takes him off balance.
Down the corner with 5 on the clock.
And Gobert was kind of there, so Chris
Paul's
is going to have
to shoot it. Over Dia. Bingo! How well is he playing?
Little separation. Huge plays by Luc Mbah a Moute, and then a big deadly 3-ball by Chris.
Glances off the iron, taken by CP3. He's all eyes. He'll fire for 3. Bingo!
That's the one that Doc was talking about before the ball game.
Donated to Children's Hospital Los Angeles as a part of the CHLA three-point play.
Got to stay with Chris Paul. Hand up. Now launching to beat the clock is Austin Rivers, the son of the coach.
About as veteran a group out there in the court as he can find. Nice look.
Just going to keep playing. 10 assists for CP as he gets a double-double.
Y anota los primeros 4 para él.
Redick. Chris Paul a la zona pintada. Griffin buscando mejorar porcentajes. Limpito su lanzamiento ahí adentro.
In the last 10 games for them since the All-Star break in 24 minutes. Chris Paul out of the post.
He's been doing that for years.
When Phil Jackson came in 99-2000, Shaq, myself, Kobe, we had been here since 1996.
Chris Paul hit him with that Ginobili. Porzingis went to guard him out. He hit him with that sham guard Ginobili.
To bring it ahead, Chris Paul. Motor into the front court, pull up for a long 3-ball. Bingo at the buzzer! Chris Paul. Clock. CP3 is going to have to heave it up. He does. Bingo!
How do these forwards or guards right?
Paul against Farrell again. The lob, the jam. Stops.
Look at
Poked
Chris.
away. Rivers ahead to Griffin. Into the corner, CP3. Redick wants it out front. Paul said, I'll do it myself. Bingo! Paul, change the pace, got to the hole, put it in, draw the foul.
Well, when we showed you his lone drive or his lone bucket, he actually does a little Austin Rivers right there, Ralph. That's called a wrong foot layup.
as the pick from Jordan.
He's kind of relentless right now and taking the ball to the hoop.
Yeah, Willie Cauley-Stein almost got a second chance opportunity, being very active early.
Chris Paul and the Clippers now with 3 threes in this opening quarter.
Kind of tweaked an ankle yesterday, given the afternoon off to recover.
Paul into the paint. The runner got a bounce. Paul outside the arc will shoot for three. Bingo! Oh, what a timely three ball.
With 30 or more on this road trip.
Paul dances to his left. He's against Smith. Beats him into the paint. Throws it up and in. Chris Paul, 2 big buckets late in the period. Ball game. And the Clippers lead the Wizards going into the fourth. Frees himself from him. Was picked up by Warren. 4 on the clock. Got to get it going. Fire it. Hit it.
And DJ had a free run at the board, too. That's how both guys went with Chris there. 1 on the shot clock. Dribbled the other way and set him up. They're going to go to Chris in the post, I think, against Little Eagles.
Down low, Blake Griffin by himself.
What a pass. What a pass. But push the ball up the floor. Find the mismatches defensively. Like that.
What a beautiful look from Chris Paul. Clippers off to a LA City series for the 5th straight year. The Clippers have dominated it. Chris Paul in charge now.
Nightmare to defend without fouling.
Poked away nicely.
Might go off the backboard. There it is.
DeAndre.
Chris saw it, no question about it. I just don't think Mesri saw it.
Now the left. Knocked away by Paul.
He's looking at Redick for sure.
Mid-range jumper by Luke.
Here's Paul weaving through traffic, fires to the corner. Now Paul for 3. It's good. He may not be able to hear too well, but he can certainly see the rim.
Well, last 4 games, but continue to move the basketball and make plays for one another. Chris Paul, wide open jump shot. Oh, Kevin Love had a big quarter for Cleveland earlier.
Crawford, great pass, great decision that time.
He had Onuaku off balance, but could not take advantage. The pass for Onuaku is through his hands. Back comes Paul. Sets it up. Crawford.
6 to 30.
Oh, the lead for the upgrade Jordan. Houston now 1 of 8 from the field in the third.
BCR will work. Mishandle, lose the ball to Chris Paul. Always among the league leaders in steals. He'll shoot a 3. Tip, left hand by Griffin.
I think he shot it because Blake had position.
I have to be impressed with your knowledge now. You're starting to agree with me more.
I'm only doing that to pacify you. You know, your old age, you get a little grumpy. I don't want to upset you.
President of basketball operations. Can they turn it around and take game 1 here? Chris Paul gets the bounce and has 11 points and 11 assists.
How about that timeout?
Make something happen. He'll pull up for 3. It's good!
Jazz can't pick up his second.
Jazz trail by 8.
Master
And Paul makes it back to 5.
Well, master the mid-range right now.
Chris is 2 for 2 from deep. Clippers straight at 9 as a team. Hill. Inside, knocked away. First by Jordan, then by Paul. Out of bounds, will go to Utah.
4 stops in a row. Can they convert?
Through all the defenders. Lobs it in, gets fouled. Chris Paul, 2+1.
Here, watch. Split the double team.
Whoops.
Now he's got some freedom. Even with the missed dribble, he recognizes the length of Favors coming to get it.
The pick from Jordan, fires the 3. Bingo, +1! Oh, me, oh, my. You talk about throwing down a big 3 ball. Chris Paul. Clock's down to 7. Luke Baumute out to CP3, shoots the 3 ball, bingo.
He had missed his first 2, Ralph, but you know he was red hot.
To go. Chris Paul goes to work, flips the ball in, but it's not nearly enough with 11 seconds to go in the ball game. Clippers down by 6. Hoop here, you're right back in it. The pick from Jordan. The lob, the jam. Come back to the point.
Any foul is free throw.
Paul to the hole for two.
He's pretty gutsy. He's pretty gutsy, folks.
Paul Pierce in his 169th. There's the steal. 2-on-1. The wraparound to Crawford's first goal of the ball game.
That should have been a foul.
Paul manufactures pretty well. Here he is. Crosses over to the hole. The reverse with the left hand. A beauty.
I've never seen him make a layup like that.
Has to guard Chris Paul in majority of the possessions of this game if they're going to win. And the big thing is to try to stay out of foul trouble because they need his points.
Hayward forced one, well defended by Austin Rivers. Paul changes gears, draws the hit. Count it! A little CP3 magic.
Things aren't going well. He'll try to take over. And this is just great ball movement. And once he gets down inside, the fact that he can make a shot like that off the glass.
That foul is going to go against George Hill, his second personal foul.